I should probably just like burn all of my pointe shoes and never say the word ballet ever again because I just failed. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Goldie and this is the Lazy Ballerina Club. On this channel, I apparently just exposed myself. In today's video, I am sure you've already read the title. I am going to be talking about the time that I got fired from my first professional ballet company. Ding! A couple of weeks ago, I posted a storytime video where I talk about my first company audition and how I got my first professional ballet contract. I feel like this video today is a perfect follow-up to that video that I posted a few weeks ago. I think it's really important to talk about it. If you are interested in hearing how I got fired from my first ballet company and everything that happened in between, make sure you are subscribed down below, like this video, and let's get to the tea because there's a lot of it. My first professional ballet contract that I ever got was to the second company at BALLET in Columbus, Ohio. I was excited to pack my bags and move to Columbus and kind of just like get going on my ballet career that I've worked my entire life for. Just to give you a little backstory, the year that I was accepted into their second company program was actually the first year they ever had their second company program. There were only 6 of us in that second company for that season. As a second company program, our job is kind of to go into local schools or local organizations and kind of bring the arts into the community. We are kind of the BALLET ambassadors as the second company. But since it was the first year of the second company at BALLET, we were kind of the guinea pigs to this program, and I am in no way bashing BALLET. I don't want to speak badly about BALLET at all because it is an amazing company. With any new program, there's obviously going to be things that needed some improvement on or that weren't completely thought out, and being in that first year, there were definitely some things that I was like, we could have done something a little different with that, but that's okay. Though we did have our own rep and we did have our own performances and outreach programs, there were a lot of times where the 6 of us would just be standing in the back of the room in a company rehearsal for hours and hours on end without being casted or even without having anyone to learn or covering any of the company members. I know a huge part about second company programs is to do exactly what we were doing at BALLET, standing in those company rehearsals and gaining experience. Since we had no one that we were supposed to cover, since we knew that there was no chance that we would ever perform any of this, some of us in second company, and I'm talking about myself, maybe we're not the most professional in those company rehearsals. I'm just gonna be honest. If you have ever stood in a room for 6 hours in pointe shoes without any like true purpose in the room, you start to go crazy. Now that I've had more experience, I can totally see the whole picture, but in the moment, I was like, oh my god, this is actually miserable in this studio right now. At BALLET, we had 2 meetings in our season, which I thought was great. The first meeting was kind of like a progress report. The director gave us things to focus on. It was really positive. Even from my audition, I felt really great about the director. I felt like I had a good relationship with him. I could just like be comfortable in the meeting. All went well. There was really nothing to worry about, I guess, at that time. We continue our season. It's all going fine and dandy. Then it gets time to have our second meeting with the director. And this meeting, we all knew was the meeting that they would either tell us that we have a contract for the next season season, or that unfortunately we would have to find another company to dance for once the season is over. We really had no idea what was gonna happen. It was finally meeting day. I was so stressed, I was so nervous, having to go into work and standing in rehearsal for 6 hours and knowing your meeting was at the end of the day was just so painful. It was finally time for my meeting, and I walk into the director's office, and it was the company director, and it was also the second company director. We talk about my progress, and we kind of make some small talk. My palms were like drenched in sweat, and I just wanted them to say it so I could stop worrying. That sweet director at Ballet Met said, in the nicest way possible, looking back now, he will not be offering me a second company position for the following season, and that I would have to audition once again and find a new company or a new contract for the next ballet season. Guys, when I tell you I broke down in that meeting, I broke down. I don't think he finished the sentence before I started crying in the meeting. I don't think I said a single thing. I think I like nodded my head and said like, okay, he thinks I'm a beautiful dancer and blah, blah, blah. Like everything's gonna be fine. He'll help me audition, whatever he said. At that point, I was just like holding back like my ugly cry in his office. I pretty much sprinted out of the Ballet Met studios. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was devastated. I felt embarrassed. I felt like I failed. The first thought in my head was, how am I going to tell my parents that I just packed my whole entire life, moved to Columbus, Ohio, and just a couple months later, I'm gonna have to do it all over again. I literally sprint out of the studio. I get in my car, it's late at night at this point, and I call my dad. I'm just screaming like, I don't know what to do. I wanna quit. This is not for me. This is like miserable. My dad just listened to me. He did what every dad would do, and he said, you know what? If this is not for you, that's okay. It doesn't have to be. We can just regroup. You don't have to do it again if you don't want to. Or you can audition and try again next year, and whatever you want to do, I support you completely. I wasn't listening to anything. I was like full on like cyclone, like my life is over. I'm never gonna dance again. I should probably just like burn all of my pointe shoes and never say the word ballet ever again because I just failed. After calling my dad, I went over to my friend's house and we all got let go except for one. The 5 of us were kind of just like angry and sobbing all together because we were all new. Now we were all let go and had to start over. Next day, after we all heard that we got let go, we showed up to rehearsal and had to do Cinderella. And when I cry, my eyes swell up in such an extreme way that I literally look like a Powerpuff Girl, and I'm not exaggerating. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm allergic to my own tears. The next day at work, I looked like I've been hit by a bus. I looked like I was mauled by a pack of tigers. I was looking rough, looking really rough. I sucked it up. I kind of just managed to finish the season as best as I could once I was let go. All of this happened many years ago. I have learned so much since then. It is so interesting to reflect and look back on such a monumental time in my life. In the moment, it truly felt like my world was ending. Everything that I've worked for since I was 5 years old literally just like flew out the window. But now at 25 years old, with 5 years of professional ballet career under my belt, oh my God, the things I wish I could say to that girl going through that experience back then. Just so easy when you are in the moment with anything in your life to have it feel like this is the most important thing that will ever happen in my life, and then a year passes or even just a few months pass and you look back and you're just like, oh, that was like the greatest blessing that ever happened in my life. I truly 1000% feel like being let go from the Ballet Met second company was the biggest blessing and something that I'm so grateful for that happened in my ballet career. I think it is a huge lesson for all ballet dancers to experience. As painful as it is and as painful as it was, it's just really clear that everything happens for a reason, and this moment being let go of BALLET's second company was one of those moments for me. I know I've been saying this whole entire video that I had no idea, I didn't know why I was being let go, and I was feeling confident at BALLET, and looking back, guys, I was the most unprofessional at BALLET that season. I was so naive. I really was lacking the tools that a ballet company required me to have. Obviously, when you are in the moment or this is your first professional contract, you don't realize that. You think you know everything and you think that you deserve everything, and that could not be further from the truth. No one likes to be rejected, and I still don't like to be rejected from anything naturally, and I really was angry and upset when I got rejected from BALLET. Thank God that I got rejected from BALLET, because it just led me on the path that I was supposed to be on. And then after BALLET, I went into audition season and landed my next contract, and everything worked out exactly how it should. We were not ready for company life. I think we just had a little more fun instead of like really working and focusing in those company rehearsals. As a second company member, you need to be on your game. You need to know every single dancer's spot in the piece. You need to know everything all at once. I can make 100 videos just on second company life. Leave a comment down below if you want that. But being in a second company is really difficult, and I was so not ready to be in a company. I had no idea what I was doing in those rehearsals. Didn't learn the choreography. Even when I got thrown into those few rehearsals that I did, I like bombed. If everyone was going to the left, I was going to the right. If people were facing the front, I was doing like a suit new facing the back. Like, I was so unprofessional. Thank God that director had grace, was like sweet and thoughtful and sensitive to me when he let me go, because I was a hot mess, if I'm being honest. But with everything, you learn from your mistakes and you grow. But ooh, that BALLET year, I wasn't too hot. The reason why I'm sitting down to do this video today is because, one, I don't really see many dancers talking about when they have been rejected or when they were let go from a company, and I think it is just such a valuable lesson and conversation to have, because the ballet world is so delicate. There is like little to no job security. Being let go of a company is so normal. 99% of the ballet dancers that you look up to or follow on Instagram have been rejected or let go or fired and have grown from it and learned from it. It's just a part of the process, unfortunately. A very painful part of the process, if I'm being honest. I hope by sharing this story, I can kind of shed some light on the realities of the ballet world, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to be let go from a company that might not necessarily be the perfect fit for you, because looking back now, BALLET was not my company. I don't think I would have been happy there even if I got a contract, but in that moment, you just want it so bad and you don't care whether it's a good fit for you or not. You just want to be accepted and appreciated, and it just feels really shitty when you don't get that. To wrap it up, I got let go of my first contract ever, and it was probably the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I just am so grateful that director, if you are watching this video right now, thank you, because I learned so much from that year. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about my dancing, and it only set me up for next steps in my professional career. If you are watching this and you're in the middle of audition season, or you just recently got let go of a ballet company, hang in there. Everything happens for a reason, and I know in this moment it feels like the end of the world and you'll never get another company contract, but I am telling you, stick with it, go audition, because you really have no idea what is in store for you. I mean, my year at BALLET, I think I was too busy like going out to bars with my fake ID than trying to learn the choreography. I eventually learned, I think. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this little story time. Leave a comment down below if you want me to make videos about second company life, because I've been in a second company for years and years, so I know a thing or two. Make sure you are subscribed, like this video, and I will see you later. Bye guys.